Hi, I'm Nick Nanton, and welcome to America's Premier Experts, the one and only place where we bring the top experts from all around the world directly to you. And I've got just one of those experts here with me today, Dr. Neal Patel. Dr. Neal, welcome.
Thank you for having me, Nick.
It's great to have you. So obviously you and I have been hanging out quite a bit, and I know a lot about you. You really are kind of a renaissance man of the dentistry era, so congrats on that.
Thank you.
But the cool thing about it is you really found this place, you really excelled at art, and so you've kind of found a way to blend that into your cosmetic dentistry, but you also have a passion for technology, and you even travel around the world and train for Siemens. So I don't really know where to begin, so why don't you tell our viewers just a little bit about your practice?
Absolutely. You know, I'm one of those lucky guys. I have literally found a hobby where I've made a life out of it. And when I go to work, I really don't go to work. I'm going into a studio where I get to perform my hobby. And we're passionate about what we do, and it shows in the work that we create. And my practice was started 5 years ago, and I started my practice with a different mindset. You know, it's unfortunate that today dentistry is still seen as one of those fields in healthcare that patients, for the most part, don't look forward to. And I knew that when I wanted to go into this field, I wanted to help patients, but I wanted to bridge that gap. I felt that there were a lot of patients that needed treatment, but weren't getting that treatment because of fear. And I sat back and I figured out, you know, the one thing that patients really do trust, technology. I mean, it's within our lives. Patients have phones these days that can do just about everything. And so there's an abundance of technology everywhere around patients. But for some reason, we haven't taken a hold of that in dentistry. And so I started this company called Infinite Smiles. And Infinite Smiles is a facility that allows me to have access to all of the best technology from around the world. And 6 years ago, I shopped all around the world and found a company. It's a former dental division of Siemens Technology. It's called Sirona. They are the #1 global manufacturer of dental equipment, and I made the investment with them. But it became a working relationship because they had products that quite honestly needed to be developed and introduced to the dental community. So I became a middle person where I was helping them to develop their technology and their software, but then I was also the one setting up the protocols for the clinical advancement of dentistry. And my role transitioned from being a dentist to also being an educator. And Infinite Smiles allowed me to perform the highest level of dentistry for the most discerning patients. And I've refined the dentistry to the point where now I can teach it. And so Sirona, a German company, has asked me to become the international trainer for those technologies. And I enjoy both worlds.
That's amazing. So I love how you call your practice. It's really a studio. It's like an artist. The client's going to come in, the patient's going to come in, and you're going to get them to look the best they possibly can, and just to be healthy, right?
Absolutely. Health is always the bottom line. That's the fundamental thing that we always use as a backbone for the dentistry that we do. But during that process, that when patients come in, we have to allow ourselves the opportunity to deliver the highest level of care. You know, we want our teeth to look natural. We want our patients to have a comfortable experience, a pain-free experience, and we also want to be efficient. Because today, the one thing that we can't control is time. Right. People understand that they have healthcare needs, but if they don't have the time to provide to the dentist to have those treatments completed, then it's a loss for everybody. So what we've done is we've adopted technology, and we literally do all digital dentistry. We don't take any goopy impressions. All of the radiology that we do is digital. We see our patients and diagnose in 3D. We use CAD/CAM. We make teeth within 5 minutes on the spot, so patients actually don't have to come back in. And everything's biomimetic, which means it looks beautiful. And if I'm not happy, the patients don't leave. That's the kind of passion that we instill in Infinite Smiles. It has to be perfect, because we look at our work like art.
I've heard the theory that total body health starts in the mouth, and it sounds like you agree with that. I mean, everything we put in here really dictates everything else that happens to us, huh?
Absolutely. You know, the mouth is actually the dirtiest place on the human body. And we have to take pristine care of our teeth because it's connected to everything from our enteric system or the gut. Research is now showing that it's linked to cardiovascular disease. And so I think that if we can understand the concept that in order to address the total body, we have to start with the fundamentals of knowing that the mouth is connected to our body and treat it not as a separate component, but understand that it's actually part of your overall health and well-being.
Very good. I completely agree. Now, I know you've helped lots of people. Do you maybe have one or two favorite stories to tell us?
You know, I love my patients. I treat them like family, and they're all close to my heart. But there are some patients that really have become a part of my daily routine, and I think about them when I wake up, and I smile when I go to bed because of what we've been able to do for them, and we literally have transformed their lives. You know, they came in the most desperate state where some dentists were not even able to consider what options they had. And because of the technologies that we've implemented, we were actually able to provide them a whole new outlook on life. We're talking about teeth, and it sounds silly, but watching the transformation that occurs when someone has given up on their teeth, it's really tough for me because I know what I can do. And when a patient comes in, Kathy, for example, was a wonderful woman, a nurse who was desperately seeking care and wasn't able to find the clinician that would be able to provide what her goals were. And she wanted her life back. She wanted her teeth. She didn't want to have them removed. She didn't want to have multiple teeth try to be fixed and then find out years later that they couldn't be salvaged. She wanted a definitive solution that was going to last her the rest of her life. And she came to us with that request. And using these technologies, we were actually able to simulate surgery, show her what we were planning on doing, and not only just show her, we were able to use the computers to execute. So there's a concept that I teach. It's called guided surgery, where we perform all of the dentistry virtually, and then we transfer that into the patient's mouth using computer technology, CAD/CAM, and guided surgery. And that allows us to deliver the highest level of care and allow patients to understand exactly what they're getting involved in and then know that they're going to be taken care of because of the digital technology.
I love it.
Kathy came in and she's got permanent teeth with implants. We did it in one day. She left with permanent teeth and just literally watched her life transform. And you know, now when she walks into the room, regardless of the atmosphere, the room just lights up. People just notice her. And it's changed her outlook on life. It's changed her personality. She's had room for growth in business and had opportunities that I think that wouldn't have been presented to her with the smile that she had before we treated her.
Very good stuff. Cool. So I know there's a lot of people watching this who want to learn a little bit more about any of the things we've talked about. So how can they find you?
It's easy. I recommend that everyone start at infinitesmiles.com. That's an easy place. There's a wealth of information there that can be accessed to further educate patients and their needs. I'm readily available through email. That's drpatel@infinitesmiles.com. And those are a couple methods that people can contact me.
That's great. Well, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me, Nick.
My pleasure.